What's up, guys? It's Demented Caliber here.
And I'm terrified.
And I'm just going to cut to the chase. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be blunt as fuck in this video. Just call me a blunt force instrument? Blunt instrument. There we go. Blunt instrument. Alright, so we're all familiar with the Nhdipper's, aka John Martin. Now, what has he done this time? It's not exactly what he's done, but it's what he's been doing for, I'd say, I don't know, the past 5 months. Let's cut this shit, John. I'm going to say this as solely as I can. Stop using Asperger's as a fucking excuse. I have I have depression, I have bipolar disorder, severe bipolar disorder without psychotic features. I have a lot of mental issues. I don't use this shit as an excuse. Now I've been doing some digging on Asperger's syndrome, and it turns out that one of the things that comes with Asperger's syndrome is the need to not be touched, which is really hard for you considering of how many hickeys you've had so far. Like, honestly, if you didn't like to be touched, if you had Asperger's syndrome, now I'm not saying everybody's like this, but this is one of the more common side effects of Asperger's. And I actually had this brought to my attention by a anonymous source that
Well, here's the thing. If his Asperger's is so severe that it impacts his daily life to the extent that he uses it as a shield for his actions, then you think the rest of the symptoms with it would be severe as well, like the desire to not be touched.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
Sorry, just take responsibility for the shit you do. I was diagnosed with BPD literally today. I was diagnosed with BPD. I'm still responsible for everything I've ever done and everything I'm going to do.
mm-hmm.
No matter, it doesn't matter if I was having an episode, I'm still responsible for what I say and what I do.
mm-hmm. And I mean, if it's that hard to control, then maybe you should really consult a doctor and see a mental health therapist, psychiatrist, something of that nature, instead of consulting some 30-year-old man who pretty much comments on everybody's videos. He's not a fucking doctor.
Okay?
He's steering you in the wrong fucking path. Saying, oh, don't listen to them. If you don't want to go get help, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to get help, but you know it's a good damn thing that there's all these psychiatrists and whatnot down here.
Right? Just use the tools you fucking have. You cannot fix your mental state by yourself. No one can. I don't care how strong you think you are. Be first and foremost to say that. I don't care how strong you think you are. You you cannot fix your mental state of mind on your own.
Which brings me to my next point. Now, this may be unrelated of the sorts, but you have a fear of talking to people or talking to doctors and whatnot. Or actually, how do you word that to you? Fear of talking to people?
I have a fear of hospitals.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Um, it's not so much that I have a fear of talking, it's that sometimes I just shut down and I can't talk. I'll disconnect myself from them. So
We weren't talking about you. I was talking about him because I know he said something along the lines of that to you.
oh, I think he said something to the extent like he was afraid they were going to tell him he was crazy or something.
All right, so here's the thing, and I'm going to put this out here for everybody. A mental health doctor, whether it be a psychiatrist, a therapist, what other mental health doctors are there?
Psychotherapist,
Yeah,
counselor.
counselor, it doesn't matter. They're not going to look at you and be like, oh, well, you're crazy. They're going to tell you what you have, and depending on what method you go, if it's a psychiatrist, it is psychiatrists that prescribe medication, right?
Yeah, that's who I saw today.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's a psychiatrist, they're most likely going to provide you medications in order to help deal with that. It's not a permanent fix. I'm just putting that out there. Or
No,
if you go to therapist method, where they find other, they do the talking method. Let's be
well,
honest here.
usually they do both. They'll prescribe you a medication that's like, it's not like, I just spoke to a psychiatrist today, and it's medication mixed with therapy, but you also have to take care of yourself in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have substance abuse, or if you use substances of any kind to cope with something, you need to work on that. And like, if you feel like super low energy, you need to start doing things. Like, you need to force yourself to like go for a walk or something. That's what he was telling me today. He's like, honestly, the medication is 10% of it. You can't take a medication and expect to get rid of everything. It is a mechanism to help stabilize you while you work on your traumas.
And I mean, if you're afraid of taking medications because of side effects you've read, guess what? She's prescribed Prozac. I was on Prozac. I had a negative reaction to it, but my case was very, very rare, according to her doctor.
Everyone's like, even if you weren't there, everyone's different. You were also taking a different medication at the same time. I will only be taking Prozac. He
Yeah.
will add another. He's going to add an antipsychotic later, but he wants to get blood work first, and he wants, like, I see him again in 2 weeks, so he wants to go back. It was okay with my body, and then he's gonna add the other thing.
Yeah. But no, just stop using that as an excuse.
It's not. It's not an excuse. Even if, like, sure, I'm not a doctor. He can have it for all I know. It's not a damn excuse. Nothing, like, nothing should be able to stop you in this life. You can do pretty much anything you set your mind to. Yeah, I get it. You're sad. Your mom died. Your rabbit died. Guess what? Everyone loses their parents, or their parents lose them. Everyone loses pets. If you have any idea how many pets I have had pass away that have utterly wrecked me, but you have to keep moving on with life because that's life. People live and they die. Animals live and they die. Death is a part of life. I know it's hard to cope with, but there are a lot of coping mechanisms today to use. It's not an excuse for anything. Like, sure, maybe in the 70s, when everyone was expected to suck up all their emotions and just fucking swallow their shit, and people just killed themselves and no one knew what the hell was going on. Um, sure, I can understand maybe using it as a little bit of an excuse because you don't know how to deal with it, but it's 2018. There's grief counselors, there's therapists, there's counselors, there's psychotherapists, there's psychiatrists, there's crisis lines. Like, use your tools around you instead of being a fucking tool.
Yeah. And going back on to not using things. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. If you get irate when you're drinking, that means you're an angry drunk. Not the proper medical term for it, but alcohol reacts with you very badly. Now, is that an excuse? No, it's not. You can
No,
ask
it's not.
her. You can ask her firsthand, John. When I got drunk, what happened?
I'm a fucking asshole and I hated you.
And
Sure,
and you know what I did? Did I blame it on the drinking? No. You know what I did do? When I realized that alcohol was affecting me the way it did, I owned up to my shit and I stopped drinking. And it seems like me and you are a lot alike when it comes to drinking. Because I notice you get pretty aggressive when you drink. Maybe you need to put down the alcohol, bub. You really do. Because, drinking isn't good. Yeah, it may seem fun and all. But in reality, you're just killing yourself.
right? It's a fucking waste of money too. Like, it doesn't fucking do
It's
shit.
like, okay, yeah, it makes you feel good. And you love that feeling of being buzzed and a little bit of dizzy. But when it's gone, it's like, what was the point?
What are you left with? Liver damage, a hangover, an empty wallet, and possibly vomit in your sheets. It's sad.
Yeah. And if you drink too much, you can end up with alcohol poisoning. And in some ER with an IV in you. Why? Because you drank so much and now you're dehydrated. That's another thing that alcohol does to you. It dehydrates you.
Yeah, dehydrates you, fucks with your blood sugar levels.
In even cases, it can actually make your blood sugar levels spike. Because what does alcohol do when it hits your bloodstream? Turns to pure sugar. Believe it or not, that's one of the reasons why alongside dehydration, that's one of the reasons why diabetics cannot drink alcohol. We had a friend who was diabetic, and he could only drink the non-alcoholic beverages. And I do.
But regardless, point is, John, you're not really fooling anybody. You just kind of look like an idiot constantly putting your foot in your mouth. So,
But seriously, take a break from the internet. Go get some proper medical help. It'll definitely do you good in the long run. Hey, look at me.
what the fucking doing? Like, I don't know if he's switched a fucking pussy, or if at this point he just likes the attention.
Okay, I mean, it could be both. I don't know. But, I mean, look at me. I wouldn't get help. When was the last time I had a total outburst?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I said, yeah, fuck, bro, we're stronger than you. We actually went and got help. We recognized there was something wrong. We weren't smart enough to go do something about it. And sure, it's not an easy process, but you know, it's better than the alternative.
And you know what's crazy? I'll leave it on this note. What's really crazy is when I realized that I needed to go get help was when I was drunk. It's crazy. It's amazing. You have all this technology, all these doctors, all these healthcare providers, and yet you don't use them to your advantage. I can't say advantage, but you don't use them. I think,
Like better, and he chooses not to. So, I mean, he's honestly just, he's chosen this life.
yeah, you can't, and don't start blaming like, oh, people made me this way. No, you made yourself this way. Just like before I met Taro, I used to play video games all the time. Since I met her, I stopped playing video games and I've actually been going outdoors now. I actually just got back from a fishing trip, so. But I said all I needed to say. Hopefully this will get through to you. If not, then I can see I wasted my time, which I kind of had a feeling that I was going to waste my time. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Tarot Storm. She's got some videos coming up soon. I think you do.
Yeah, they're in my phone. I need to upload them.
Yeah, she's got videos to upload, so stay tuned for that if you're into pacifiers. Anyways, guys, peace.